Alright, this is the 2.5 Mitsubishi engine again. It's in the Chrysler Sebring. This is 1999, and it should be the same thing from 96 to 2000. Generation 1 Chrysler Sebring Convertible. Now, timing belt number 3. Okay, this is the third part. This you're gonna remove. You can't even see them, but you see where this bracket is. I'm shining a light on right there. That's one of the bolts. It's down about 2 inches on the other side of the block, right down there in that well. It's 15 millimeters. You want to loosen this one. Loosen it, several turns at least. Sure, it's good and loose, but you don't take it out. Don't take it out. And there's another bolt about this position. That one you take out. It's also 15 millimeter. Both these bolts are identical. Okay, take that one out. The reason being, because this is the bracket that the power steering pump is attached to, and you want to swing that bracket out of the way to get off the upper timing belt cover for the rear, because the bracket for the power steering gets in the way. This is actually the worst part of this, and I've done this twice before, and it's still a real B, So here you can see the timing belt. Okay, that obviously you could see this when this upper cover is off. This is the water pump. Okay, that's your water pump, and you have some marks. And I still actually have some white paint on this from before. So what I'm doing here is changing the water pump out. So you can see there's a mark right here, okay, on the top of the cover, and you can see that. But I put some white paint on it. You can probably see that white paint. That's a little mark for the cam timing. Now on the bottom, obviously the other side is the same thing. On the bottom there's a white mark, and hopefully this comes out. There's a marking on the block. I marked it with white, so that's why you can see it so well. Now there's 2 bolts on the bottom. I can't point them out that well. There's 2 bolts for the lower part of the power steering bracket. Okay, they're not easy to get to either, believe me. Nothing's easy to do, but the ones on the top are the worst. Now there's a bolt here. There's 3 bolts on this that attach the power steering pump to the bracket itself. So you want to loosen all that stuff, and this way you can take off the upper rear cover for the timing belt, and now you can see all this stuff that's with the timing. Now this plunger is a tensioner. Okay, this wheel, this one here, this idler, is the one that adjusts your belt, brings tension against this arm here. Okay, and this is an idle pulley. I changed all this stuff out before. Right now I'm actually changing a water pump, and hopefully it'll take care of a leak, but I'm not even sure if this is going to take care of it, but it's someplace in that area. And anyway, but this is how. Now this would be step 3. This is the upper timing cover. Now I want to point out something I did with this cover, because see that crude notch I put in there? I did that because this cover is extremely difficult to take off because of the power power pump the bracket for the power steering pump gets in the way. You could see actually where I kind of was trying to wiggle it out. It's a little scratched, but it's just some plastic. It doesn't matter. It's an engine, right? But now, I can check all 3 timing marks without taking this thing all apart too much. The only thing I have to do is look through this window that I cut the notch in. You can see the mark. You can see the mark on it, and you take off the upper front cover, which is easy, and then the bottom cover, well, you'd have to take off that big pulley. But if you have an impact, it's easy. Now this is the upper motor mount, and sometimes you might find these are bad. The 2 bolts that go through the frame will go up through here. Okay, this one's still good. I changed this already. It's about $100. And there's 3 bolts that go through here, and they will attach to this. This is your I don't know what this is. It's a motor mount. This is the motor mount here, and this is, I don't know, another mount that's on the engine that the motor mount attaches to. I guess you can say it's a motor mount also. 4 bolts. Now it's actually this way. This 1 bolt is extra long because it actually goes through the body of the pump. That's why it's longer. The body of the water pump will sit in here, and then it screws into the block. But and obviously these 3 bolts go through here into here. So that's one reason you have to have the engine supported. Okay. Now I have all the marks lined up on a timing belt, and the next step will be to take out the belt and then take out the water pump. So let's see what happens from there. But this will be part 3. This is not actually an easy job, so if you're not used to doing this stuff, you don't want to really attempt this. I think the parts are cheap actually, but I think with the labor, most shops, I think it's $1,000, so it's actually mostly labor intensive. But I'll give you an idea.